Hey guys, it's Amy at the Crafty Cottage. I am sorry about the blinding light. The sun is setting and it's on that side of my cottage, so I get lots of glare in my eyes. Anyway, that's a side point. I wanted to do something with the Jar of Flowers bundle. It's got this wonderful punch like this. Again, the glare, it's a punch. You'll see it when I go in and I punch some stuff. But here's one that I've made with a jar. And it's not a shaker card on this one. And here's another one I made with a shaker card. So these are pretty self-explanatory. I will show you how to do one of these today because I'm going to do several different things. But this one's the one that stumped me the most. It just doesn't, it speaks to me, but it just doesn't think, wow, I got to use that. So I'm going to hopefully wow you. I've worked with it several times. I found some of the stuff from our artisan teams. They have inspired me to create some things. So I'm going to flip you over and we'll do that, and then I will get this out in a blog post for you. Have a great day. I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, I have you now here, and let me show you. This is a little crooked, but this is what we're going to do. We've got the camera finally situated so that it's correct. This is what we're going to do. This is from, again, the Jar of Flowers bundle. I don't have the stamp set in front of me. It's over on the other side. But here is the punch that goes with it. And I love this punch. The punch is great and simple to use. It's the flowers that stumped me. It comes with sunflowers, tulips, and a bunch of different stamps with it, which is great. This was one of the ones I came up with. Simple, understated, not real fancy. We're going to do one of these, and then I'm going to do another one with a shaker for you to see, and I'm going to do varying colors of this. This one's done with Whisper White and Cinnamon Cider. That's it. This is some DSP here in the middle, and these are stamped on Whisper White, as is the back piece is embossed with the brick and mortar embossing folder in Whisper White, and then I took a sponge and just put just a tiny hint of cinnamon cider on there. And then, of course, I stamped the flowers in cinnamon cider, and my scan and cut them out. I love that thing. Oh, that Brother Scan and Cut is my favorite tool these days. Anyway, I'm going to put this aside over here. Yeah, you should be able to see it there. We'll put it over here. It's kind of a wonky little table in case I have to stamp. I need to get a bigger one. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. I have some sentiments already embossed, and they're ready to cut. They're at 3 1/4. These are. Sorry, guys, the dogs are out yelling, and I'm trying to keep them from coming in. But this is in Just Jade, and I Whisper White embossed, and heat embossed it. And this one is in Misty Moonlight. We're going to do these two first. I'm going to do the Just Jade in a pop-up. So you'll see that in a minute. But we're going to use this one first. And as you see, I have 3 stamped images cut out for you. And again, I use my Brother Scan and Cut. I have 3 images for the Just Jade. I have 3 for my, we're going to do the Misty Moonlight first. These are the 3 I'm going to use first. And then I did some, I didn't think about it, but these are in Poppy Red. Poppy Parade. These are all in Poppy Parade. And I'm going to pair these up with some Magenta Madness, I think. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do these today, but I have them all cut. I cut all these up at one time. I stamped them all on Whisper White and cut them all up with that. And then I've got a basic black one that I cut up. But those are for later. Okay. So first thing you're going to do is take I have this piece of basic cardstock, and I've already embossed it with the brick and mortar embossing folder from Stampin' Up. And it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this is going to be your front. I'm going to take my sponge, just a simple little sponge, and I'm going to take the Misty Moonlight stamping pad, open her up a little bit, and I'm going to take a corner here and just damp it in. Now, I want very little on my front. So we're going to damp, and then we're going to rub it off so you have very little left. And then we're literally just going to go over my cardstock and just give it a little color. Just a touch so it pops those other ones out. And we're going to do it all over the whole thing. And if you don't get enough, that's okay. You can go back into your ink and add more. You can make it as dark or as light as you want. But I kind of wanted the soft color on the back because, you know, it's all supposed to be a monochromatic card. So I wanted the white to actually stand out as well, not so much blue. All right, I think that's good because, you know, the blue is going to stand out. There. And let's see, I might even do just a little trim on this one, just because I'm not going to have a trim frame around it. It's going to be the whole size of your card front. I mean, you could cut this down and put it on Misty Moonlight paper, and that would look great too. But I just want to kind of put an edge to it and, you know, keep it simple. All right, there we go. There's that one. Okay, one. Close up my ink because I don't need it anymore. I have already stamped everything that I need in Misty Moonlight. So we've got this. Now we need a pretty, we need this. We need a pretty paper to do for our jar. Now I could do one of two things. I could stamp the jar image so it gives me the lines in the image, or I can just punch it out. Okay. I don't know where it went. She's tuckies. Here it is. Okay, this is our just jar of flowers. This is our stamp set. This is what I'm going to use. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp this on there just so I can see that. And we're going to also do another little stamp on it once we get it punched. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in Memento ink. I'm going to stamp it in the Memento ink so that you can see the jar. Now we could do the monochromatic and stamp it in the black, but I don't think you'll be able to see the actual jar itself. Let me move this out of the way. And I'm just going to come in here and, ooh, that's a lot of ink on there. Boom. Stamp this image. Done. Now, because it is the same color as everything else we're going to do, I'm going to stamp a ribbon on it as well. Okay, I don't want to get this ink all over me because it would happen and that would be my luck. Looking for a bigger block to use. Can't find my bigger block. This is such a big stamp for what I'm going to use it for, but it's okay. You could use it for stripes, all kinds of candy stripes. It would be great. But I'm actually just going to take this, put a little on my edge here. Well, you can't see it. A little on the edge here. And I'm going to come up and stamp this on my paper. So I get a little bit of a pattern. And now I'm going to just take my punch and punch it out. here. Make sure you get your jar, and voila. And actually, voila is what Reggie says. Okay, there we go. The back side is pretty polka dots. You can always use pretty polka dots too. There we go. Now we've got our punched out little guy, our little jar. Okay. And I have glue. That's all right. Put these other papers away. Now I've got to take my jar and figure out where on here I want to put it. Now the way I did mine to figure out where I wanted it, I laid one of my little flowers on top so I could figure out where this was going to go. Kind of want to see my little jar and the little stripes, so he can go right about there. So in order to mark it, I take a pencil, hold it down just a bit, and I take a pencil and I just kind of mark where the tail end is going to go. So there we go. And that's the center. So I'm going to leave it just like that. And I'm literally just going to put glue on this. I don't need him to pop out. I'm going to have my flowers all popped out, but I need to put this down first. So let's see. We need the glue, and of course it's where it's supposed to be. And I'm just going to glue this little sucker down. My lovely little jar. And you see I've got my mark, and I'm going to put this right here, right in the center. And pay attention to making it straight. My first one was not straight. It did not work out well. All right, now the rest of it can be done with pop dots for the flower, which I'm going to go ahead and put some pop dots or dimensionals, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to put those on the flowers here that are going to go on top. I could use my bigger ones, but I think I'm out of them right now, so I need to place an order. I'm trying to get my order to be more than $6. I also realized after doing my last card that I did, which was the purple posy, I realized that I needed to get more purple posy paper. I used a ton of it. I never bought the whole pack. I just bought the samples to see what colors I liked, and then I bought the colors of that afterwards. Okay, come on. Now I'm just going to put this right here. Make it look straight. It can be a little off if you need it to be. Now, these are going to go just like this, and they can go down or you can pop them. I think I'll put one down and then pop the other one. And remember, this is your whole card, so anything that hangs off, you're going to have to trim it off. So I'm going to put this one down first with just glue, because I'm going to pop my sentiment up on top of this. And I'm going to pop it right here on the corners and the edges, and it will cover just a hair of your jar, and that's okay. You can make it not cover. That's entirely up to you on the placement. And then I'm going to pop that one up a little bit right there. Get enough of these on here so we can have them here. Now you could put a ribbon on this. It would look really cute, but I was trying to be simple and not so, just use stamps ink. And that would be great because I'm trying to keep it simple for simple stamping. For the beginner people who, are new to this but really like it and want to make more. This is simple. It's really just stamps and ink. The only fancy I did was the embossing, the dry embossing, and the heat embossing. That's it. And those can all be changed. You don't have to do those things. You could do just a plain background. Okay. I'm going to switch this over just a little bit. It's going to overlap, and that's okay. You want it to. And now I've got to put my sentiment on. My sentiment is stamped with the Lovely You stamp set, and it says, "Let's cheer you up." And I'm going to use the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. And I'm going to trim this. Again, it's 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'm just going to slide it in here. So I'm going to go to this one this time. And punch down. And then you can take that piece and figure out where you would like your end to be. I think it should go right there. And then you can trim that off if you need to make it bigger. And here's my scissors. go. And then I'm just going to slide it back in. Let's hope it just cut it just right. Because when you're doing it small, it's hard to get it out. And it gets stuck in there on me. There, it came out. And it did cut it a little wonky, so we're going to cut it again. Turn it upside down so I can see where it's at. And I'm going to use my scissors. When I get it like that, I need to show you here. So when you get it like that, I use my scissors or my fingers inside, and I make sure it's even on both sides. Here we go. And then I'll punch again. There we go. And it's Let's Cheer You Up. It's a little long, but that's okay. I can put a rhinestone right there. And we're just going to pop it right here or right here. Actually, I think it would look cute here, like that, and flat. So that's, I think, what we're going to do. We're going to pop it right here. And I'm going to cut the edge off so it looks like it's coming from the edge. And we can put a rhinestone on it as well. Just stick it right there. Now let me flip this over so I can get a nice straight cut. Here we go. Let's cheer you up. Okay. I'm recording. Sorry about that, guys. Hubby's coming in to check on Daisy. We're puppy sitting. And he's looking for a little Miss Thing who likes to run off. And I don't have her. She hasn't showed up with me. She likes to run away and chase the mail lady and the UPS guy and all that good stuff. So she's a little pain in the arse. All right, there. Got it straight. There we go. Now that's it. That's all I'm going to do for this one. We're just going to put this on the back of a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock for your base. And you get that here stuck together. Bone folder it. Got to rub that out. All right, got that. Now I'm just going to put this right on top of here, just like that. And that's the card. I mean, isn't that pretty? Simple, pretty. It's not a hard card. And I like the monochromatic with this particular card. I love this blue to be monochromatic. I just like the blue. Blue and white has always been one of my favorite combinations if I was going to do blue. And I like this blue. This blue is very, very nice. It's kind of dark, but yet it's a happy blue in my opinion. So there you go. There's your card. You could put a stamp of the flowers on the inside. As a matter of fact, I think I will. No, I don't have to stamp. The stamp is still over where I was stamping a whole bunch of them. So, but you could put a stamp of this inside or save one of the flowers and stick it on the inside for your card. But that is that card, okay? Now let's go on to the next one. The next one's going to be a shaker card. So we're going to use the same idea, but we're going to make it a shaker card. And we're going to do it with just Jade is our color. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp the jar, and I'm going to put the stamp down, and then we'll put the our little shaker dome. These are our little shaker domes. I'm going to show you how to use those. They're wonderful. I love them. They're great. Let's see. But they like you to do, which we're not going to do. They like you to punch out here. And I'm not even sure if I can get this punch where it needs to be to do this card. If I did, it's not high enough up. I don't think. No, not high enough up. So we're going to punch it out of here. Let's stamp it first. punch out, and I'm going to punch this. I'm not going to put the trim on this one because I'm going to make it a shaker card. You really won't need it. All right, there's the punch. Now I'm going to try this. I don't think this is going to work the way I want to do it because I want it in the middle of the card, and I want to put the flowers at the edges. So you won't see the flowers. So let's mark this where it's at, where I want it to be. To be like right here. We want this flower here. So this is all figuring out together on this one. I'm not sure that this is going to work. So let's mark where it's going to be, and let's see if this is going to work. And it is not. See that? Not going to work. Because here's my mark, and I want it to go there. It's not going to work. So what we can do is make this smaller. You won't see this underneath the you won't see it underneath your flowers, so it won't matter if you don't have that there. So I'm going to trim. Let's see how far up does it have to be. Drop stuff, not good. It's only about 1/4 of an inch, so I'm going to need that to be about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to trim this edge off. So it's still 5 by 4.5. 5 by 4.5, so I should be able to now punch my lovely little jar out. But what I'm going to do is color it first. I don't have to. Let's just punch it. Let's just punch it out. Let's see what happens. Let's go in the center. Okay, we're going to go right in the center and punch out our jar. Now we could save this jar for later, and we could have a brick jar. It'll be cute. Okay, so we've got the jar. I'm going to go ahead and take my sponge and my Just Jade, and I'm going to give a little color to my background. Just need to find my sponge. Here's my sponge. Got the blue on one side. Let's do the Just Jade on the other side. And again, we're going to rub it off and just put a little of this Just Jade everywhere. Don't worry about the little mark I made. I did it in pencil. We can erase that, and we can also hide it in the flowers. You won't see it. All right, here we've got some green. And I did like that trim, so let's put that trim around there and get around this one too, because I like that. Now this is just going to be on the edges. You won't really see the bottom of it too much, but we can put the edges on the bottom of the actual card base that we put this on. Here we go. Now we can put this to the side. We will do that again on the other. Now, in order to put this and get your, like that, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the top part of this off. This is your jar, your little mason jars, little dome jars, and the top is adhesive, double-sided adhesive. It's got a little sticky in it. So you take that off and you just pop this in there and it will hold down. So we're going to leave it unattached to anything right now, just like that. Let's get our card base. I need to rub this down. All right, and this is going to go right here, just like this. So now we need to figure out where to put our, I'm going to take this and I'm going to attach it underneath, just like that. So I'm going to stick it here and put a little glue on it. Let's hope this works, because I don't know. Now, mind you, you're not going to see the glue. Now, mind you, you don't have anything sticking to this, so we just want to get that other, we just want to get this other little jar stuck down there. And of course, you know, this makes it look really difficult, and it's really not that, trying to keep it straight. so my jar's not crooked. All right, good. It's not crooked. Now I can pick this up and make sure my jar stays. And there's your jar. Woohoo! That's the hardest part, I promise. So now I'm going to take some of my little flowers for every season gems that I've got here. Look at these. Aren't they pretty? They're a little bit of, oh, what is that? Aurora Borealis shimmer on these. They're little crystally looking things. They look great. Now you're just going to take a few of these and you're going to set them right here in the middle. I know it seems crazy, but yes, it works better this way. Put as many as you want in here. Just doesn't seem like they give you a whole lot, but you know, gotta have them in there. And you could have stamped some stems on this if you would have liked. I didn't really want stamps or stems on it. All right, here we go. I have enough there. I'm gonna put something to hold this card face down. There we go. Now I'm gonna move these out of my way so I don't spill them everywhere. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna take off this other adhesive piece on the other side, if my fingernail polish will let me do so. It's thick. There we go. There's that. Now I'm literally going to take this over on this side so I don't have to worry about it coming up on me. And I just need to make sure it stays over my jar, and it's already stuck. So if it's not on my jar and it's not the way I want it to be, we're just going to have to trim and make sure it's, once it gets down, you're going to have to be very careful. Once it's down, it's down. And see, it's a little off. So that's okay. We can fix that. Okay, it's down. Our little shaker part is finished. Woohoo! So since it didn't set the way I wanted it to, because I was over just a hair, it's all right. We're going to trim this piece about 1/4 of an inch with just scissors. And let's hope we can get straight. And it's hard because you can't put this in the trimmer, and it would really be nice if I could. One a little shorter. I'm just going to trim this up. Looks like I need to take about 1/4 of it off. It gives me a little trim around the edge, which not what I was going for, but what I'm getting. Here we go. And then, of course, I'm not crooked. I'm very crooked, but that's okay. We have a crooked wall now. So you're going to want to go ahead and put a little trimming or a little glue on this, on the inside. Just regular old glue. You put it on the whole thing. It's one reason I'm not very fond of shaker cards, because you make a little mistake and it can be costly. That pretty much will hold it down right here. So we're just going to do this. And to even it out, since I am so off, I'm going to go ahead and put more Just Jade on the base of our card. So this is nice to see how you can fix a mess up. And, you know, this is going to definitely show how much I messed up, but that's all right. It's still a card made with love for someone. And what I'm doing with these cards, I guess I should share that, is I'm sending these cards out to folks in nursing homes who don't get to see anybody. I did that with my Sunshine Sayings from Stampin Up. And I have, I think, about 200 ready to go. Just like that. Now you're just going to put your flowers on. I'm going to pop that one up. But I'm going to send these all out to, because those folks aren't getting any visitors. They're not allowed any company. They don't understand. Some of them are with dementia. So they really don't understand where their families went, if their family is in contact with them, and if they can remember that they have family. They don't understand. And, you know, that's sad. It's very sad. So I'm doing it for all of those folks in the nursing homes. They're getting a card, and the sentiment says, let's cheer you up. And I think that's a great thing. that one, and then we're going to do the same thing with these two. And we're going to put these down here. Now, these are not going to fit. You're going to have to trim them away from the jar. I should have really tried this one first before I did this one for you guys. I actually may take this part of the video out. Not sure yet. So I'm going to try to put one of these down, but I need to measure it. So let's go like this. There we go. Just trim a little out. I think it looks pretty silly. Okay, I can figure that one out. I just trimmed off a little bit of that. And I'm not going to pop this one up because I think it'll look funny. So what I did with this one so it could fit and not look so crazy like this one is I literally just trimmed some of this off so it didn't really affect the image. And I'm going to put it over here on the edge and cut some of these out as well so that it will sit in here good. There we go. We're going to trim these out. Ah. And then we're going to put our sentiment down. And again, I've heat embossed this one in just Jade as well. And I'm going to trim it in the triple banner punch. There we go. Let's see. We could put this one right here at the bottom, just so it kind of masks our little mess up. And I'm trying to even this out so it looks even. So we're going to cut it right there. And again, stick the other end in. There we go. And we can pop that one up so you won't notice those boo-boos. I'm going to re-trim it. Finally got it. Got it right now. Whoop, whoop. All right, take the dimensional pieces off. And we're going to put that one right there. Kind of hide this boo-boo. Let's cheer you up as a shaker card. There you go. What you think about that one? It's pretty. With the little shimmery, shaky little jars. What you think? I'm not so sure I like that one, but you know, still looks kind of nice. Just had to trim this out. Should have thought about that one before I did it, but you know, one never knows until they actually do, and that's just kind of cool. And I'm going to probably delete this whole video. Well, I hope you all have a great day, and you all have enjoyed this. I have made 3 cards for you using the Forever Lovely stamp set and the triple banner punch and the jar of flowers with the mason jar punch as well. I hope you love it. And again, this is just regular. This one's stamped mason card, and this one is with the shaker right on top. You could add a bow to any one of these to make them more pizzazzy, but I was just trying to keep it simple and sweet. I did a little coloring on the brick and around the edges on 2 of them. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time. Have a great one.